So I'm on Twitter today, and I come across this article from ringsidenews.com, and it was about the brand split in WWE, and also it was about Fox when SmackDown Live goes to Fox in October of next year on Fridays. SmackDown Live and Raw, WWE reportedly considering merging both brands once SmackDown moves to Fox. So what does that mean? Well, let's get into it. WWE has a huge deal in place for television contracts coming up next year. Starting in October 2019, Raw will remain on USA Network, but SmackDown Live will be moving to Fridays on Fox main network channel. This is a huge deal and will mean an extra $1 billion coming to WWE for the next 5 years. A guy named Joe, I can't pronounce his last name. I don't know. But a guy named Joe, and his last name starts with a P, said on Barn Burners No Holds Barred podcast that he's heard a rumor that WWE might be considering something big in order to make sure the top stars are available for this new deal. The TV networks want programming. They want programming from WWE. They want programming from all of this. So they got SmackDown. WWE's going to have to do a redraft and push all the main stars on SmackDown. In fact, I've heard they may not be a Raw SmackDown. All the guys who are in WWE show up for Raw for SmackDown. Forget about a brand split or whatever. I'm not saying the brand split is going to stop, but I heard that there's millions of rumors you hear a day, especially with wrestling, but Fox want content. If you are considering the idea that Raw and SmackDown will be on two different networks and the Blue Brand will be on Fox, where there will be more viewers just because it's a major network, it's been said that SmackDown will become the A show anyway. Therefore, it stands to reason that if WWE is going to nix the brand split, then October 2019 might be the perfect time to do so. But only time will tell which direction WWE decides to go when stacking for the new television contracts. And that is the article from Ringside News about WWE potentially merging the brands when SmackDown Live goes to Fox. What are my thoughts about this whole thing? Now, half of me says I love the brand split. I love the idea of having a purpose to watch both Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis, where you have one champion on one show, one champion on the other. You have certain guys you want to see on that show. You have certain guys you want to see on the other show. Same thing for the women and tag teams and etc. The thing is, creatively, it has been a disaster for the past a year or two now. You know what I mean? I just don't like how things are being done on Raw and SmackDown. Well, SmackDown is decent nowadays. You know, SmackDown's okay, but Raw is unbearable to me. Raw is barely acceptable to watch. If not, it's not acceptable to watch at all. People either don't watch it, they watch some of it, they watch clips on YouTube or whatever, you know? It's just that nowadays with the brand split, it's just the meaning of the brand split is just getting devalued, less meaning. It's just going down the toilet every single week. The Bellas is the prime example, if not one of the prime example. John Cena, and it was the first one. It's the first one of this whole issue. John Cena was the start of this whole brand split, going down the toilet. You have the likes of John Cena, who was on SmackDown. He was drafted to SmackDown, but due to the fact that he's busy outside of WWE, for some reason they just give him a free agent contract, and then he's able to show up on either brands. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I understand that he wants to be a free agent so he can face against the top guys nowadays. So that way, you know, there will be no issue. I understand that. But at the same time, this is a brand split that was set back in 2016. You gotta stick by what you said years ago. You can't just all of a sudden already break that in half for it, you know? John Cena was the beginning of the problem with the brand split, outside of the creative and all that stuff. Then you got the Bella Twins coming out and making more problems. You know what I mean? You got the Bella Twins, never drafted, I understand that, but if they're going to be a part of the women's evolution, they're on Raw then, right? Because SmackDown is just SmackDown, but they're on Raw. But then Brie is on SmackDown. But so Brie is on both Raw and SmackDown Live. Why? I understand she's in a feud with her husband against Miz and Maurice at the time, but at the same time, why does she have to be with her sister? Why can't Nikki be on her own and then Brie comes out later on instead of having to be with Brie and Daniel Bryan back to back in 24 hours on a weekly basis on Raw and SmackDown? So the brand split has been a disaster for the past year and a half. So I honestly don't care what happens. I don't care if they merge it or they keep it separate. I don't really care anymore. You know what I mean? But I have one question though. If they merge the brands and we have everything under one roof, so to speak, will the WWE get rid of the Universal title, or by some miracle or somehow they decide to get rid of the WWE Championship and we have the Universal title as the new WWE Championship? Like, well, what's going to happen with that? Because there's no freaking way they're going to do a merging championship match like they did in 2013 with Cena and Randy Orton at TLC pay-per-view. No chance that they're going to have a WWE title match or a WWE Championship and the Universal Championship in a unification match. It would be the most stupidest thing ever to be done in WWE nowadays. And they've done a lot of stupid shit. So I want to know what you guys are thinking, because I don't believe that they will get rid of the lineage, the history, the prestige, the prestigious WWE Championship that they've had since 1963. I don't think that they're going to get rid of the championship now, but at the same time, what are they going to do with the Universal title? Are they going to throw it away? Are they going to keep it? If they keep it, then how is that going to work? Because the world title, when they keep it, when the brand split went to shit in 2011, when they keep the world title for at least another year and a half, that world title was worthless. It was starting pay-per-views. It would, it would just start open shows. The world championship became the Intercontinental Championship, basically. So what's gonna happen? That's what I want to know, and I want to know from you guys. How do you feel? Do you want the brands coming together, or do you want the brand split to still be separate? A part of me who still wants the brand split to be separate, but things are not looking good right now anyways. So at this point, it doesn't really matter if they merge it again or they keep it separate. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's all about the creative on the shows. It's all about the creative, because look at from September 2016 to I would say February 2017, SmackDown Live was on fire. From that point, within that time limit, SmackDown Live was on fire. Raw in 2017, I would say from May all the way to September, Raw was kicking ass and SmackDown was suffering. So nowadays, it's like SmackDown is back on top since the Superstar shakeup all the way down to now. SmackDown's been better than Raw. So it's all about the creative on the shows. Like, if they were able to create better things on each show, I think this whole discussion about the merging brands would not even come to light. So I think if they would focus on making the shows better, most likely Monday Night Raw more than SmackDown Live, because SmackDown's doing fine, but Raw, it needs to be done a lot better. It needs to be constructed better, because I swear to God, how many times each week do they have to have on Raw to begin the show? You have the Dogs of War or the Shield opening Monday Night Raw, and then or you just have a promo opening Raw, and then About 15 minutes later, you have a commercial break, and then you have a match made moments ago in that same segment. Or that segment that begins the show will be, will tell the viewers, hey, that's going to be the main event later on tonight. It will be a setup for the main event later on the show. You know what I mean? So, they need to change the way how they put the shows together. What was the last time Raw started the show? Right at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. When the last time that they start the show with a match? I can't remember the last time they started Raw with a match as of late. So they need to do something with that. SmackDown, they've done that recently last week with Charlotte and Becky for the women's title. So I don't know. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I honestly don't really care at this point. As long as they fucking have better creative ideas for the show, for both Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views, then I'm fine. If they're gonna have the brands, but still, bring back the exclusive pay-per-views. I swear that will benefit a lot more than people realize. I swear to you. Compared to having these shows outside of the North America continent, you have Saudi Arabia and all these other shows. Nah, nix that. I don't really want to see Super Showdown or Crown Jewel, because Crown Jewel is looking worthless to me. I mean, yeah, you got the big main event in Reigns, Lesnar, and Strowman for the Universal title. You got Bryan and AJ for the WWE title. You have the World Cup. The World Cup is the most worthless thing I've ever seen. It's more worthless than the greatest Royal Rumble match. So, if they brought back exclusive pay-per-views, hopefully we would not have to do this shit. But it's all about the money. Money. So, in the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. So what do you guys think about this whole situation? Leave your comments down below. I just came across this article, and I decided to just give you guys my thoughts about it real quick. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Leave your comments down below. Leave a thumbs up, and I'm out. Later.
Where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, singing